Hey, this is Scott with Libib, and this is a quick video on how to export your custom barcode data and take it into Avery.com and generate your own barcode labels there. Libib supports both EAN13 and QR barcode symbologies, and you can create both of those on Avery's website. Avery's website is completely free, so it's a good choice. They do have some limitations, however, and so I'm going to talk about those and show you how to get around those to print your barcodes. So the first thing you need to do is export your barcode data, and to do that, you'll log into your account. You'll go to Settings. You go to the Libraries tab, and then you'll export barcodes.csv. And then you want to select the library that you want to export. I'm going to export our books library. So let's download it into our download folder. I'm going to go over to Avery.com. And you're going to need to create an account. I already have an account. It's just like creating any other account. So I'm going to go ahead and hover over my account tab here and click on projects. And then I'm going to start a brand new project here, this green button. So you're going to be taken to this page to select the product that you're using. I'm going to go ahead and use 5160 because that's a very popular template. But they pretty much have a template for every single one of their labels. So if you have a different label size that you want to use, spine labels, anything like that, you're welcome to use those as well. Next, I want you to choose your design. I'm going to go ahead and just do a blank design, but if you see something else that you want to use, of course you can use a different design. So in the middle of the screen, you can see our preview and there's nothing on it. And the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and import our downloaded data. So I'm going to click on Import Data. And it's going to pop out here, and I'm going to click it again. And then I'm going to want to browse for a file. But before I do that, you'll see that there's some file types or some information that you need to know about. So the max file size is 3,000 rows. So if you have over 3,000 items in your library, it will not accept the file by default. And you'll need to open this file in Google Sheets. And the reason I recommend Google Sheets is because it does not auto-format your barcode data as scientific numbers like Excel will do. Now, there are ways to get around that in Excel, but in general, I find it easier just to not mess with that and just open it in Google Sheets. You no longer have to worry about having your data reformatted. And then you need to basically cut down your file to be 3,000 items. So if I had 6,000 items, I typically go down about 3,000 rows. I select everything below that, and then I'll cut it from that file, and then I'll create a new sheet and paste it into the new sheet. And then I do that however many times is necessary for my library size. This is a little bit of a hassle. It's a little extra work, but you only have to do it one time if you're printing all of your labels for your library, and you should never have to do that again. So it is a problem, but it's not a huge issue. The second is 20 columns. Libib's export does not include more than 20 columns, so that should not be a problem. And then the last requirement is that it's less than 600 kilobytes. Now, this could be an issue even if you don't have 3,000 rows. The solution is the same as before, though. You'll go into Google Sheets and you'll just cut your file in half and do it in 2 batches or even more batches, whatever you're comfortable doing, and that will get you around that limitation. So now I'm going to go ahead and browse for my file. I'm going to go to Downloads. There's my new barcode download. I'm going to select it. It's going to pull all of our data in here for us, which is excellent. You'll see that we have a barcode field, a dymo field, a condition field, an updated field, and then a bunch of metadata. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to uncheck this box right here that says I don't want to print the first row, because the first row is really our headers. So we've unchecked that. If for any reason you didn't want to print other files, you could uncheck them here as well. Or I'm sorry, not other files, other items. You can uncheck them here. But now I'm ready to click Next. And then it wants me to go ahead and arrange fields. And we're going to go ahead and we'll do the title. And we'll do the author first, or we'll do last name, comma, first name. We'll make sure we put it on one line. There we go. And we'll go ahead and let's put like the DDC information on there. If you had a call number, you could include the call number or any other information like that. LCC, as much as you want. And this is the best part. You get to customize your labels here. So you get to include, you can, like, conditions kind of handy too. I don't think I have any conditions set for this library, but if you wanted to include the condition on there, you could as well. Of course, if the condition changed, then you need to update your labels. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. We'll do the barcodes after this. Click finish. So it's added this information to our label, but we need to add a barcode. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to shrink it down to be about half the size. You'll notice that it automatically shrinks the text, which is great as well. So the first type of label that we're going to create is going to be an EAN13 label. And to do that, we'll click on More. And we'll click on Barcodes. And QR code selected, which is compatible, but let's do EAN13. And we're going to click on Merge, which will pull in our barcode data, and it's going to ask us which field we want to use. And we're going to use barcode for this. And we're going to click finish. And now it's auto-generated a whole bunch of EAN13 barcodes for us. If we go look at our preview, you can click on any of these over here and you can see that the barcode updates for you automatically. And that's all there is to it. Now you would go to preview and print, and you would preview this, and then you would print it. And it's basically what it's going to do is it's going to generate a PDF file for you to download, which you can print on your printer or take somewhere else to have professionally printed, whatever you want to do with it from there. However, let's go ahead and do the QR version, and it's the exact same method. I'm going to delete this. Click on QR and barcodes. This time I'm going to select QR. And type, I'm going to go ahead and set it to text. And I'm going to click merge, and I'm going to drag the barcode field over, and I'm going to click finish, and now it's added a QR code. Libib will support both QR and EA13 for an indefinite amount of time. We have no intentions of canceling support for EA13 or QR, so you can always use those safely. I prefer to use QR codes. It's a little bit more flexible over time, and our current barcode generator tool also uses QR, so there's some consistency there. However, feel free to use either one you want. A good reason to use EA13 is you likely have a compatible scanner, and you might not have a compatible QR code scanner, as those are a little bit newer and less prominent or less in use right now. So those are the options. We'll go ahead and click preview and print so you can see what that looks like. It's going to show you a preview of all your labels here, and you can see it's got each title pulled in. Each title has been resized appropriately based on how much space you have. And then I'll go ahead and click print yourself, or you can even send it to Avery and have them print it. And you can do a print range, which is cool. You can change the fill direction if you want to. You can make printer adjustments, but I'm just going to click print now. It's going to ask me to save it. I'm not going to save it, but I do recommend that you save it. It takes a few minutes. It's basically pulling up another page saying it's ready to download the PDF. I'm just going to open it in the browser window, but you could download it, and it automatically opens your print dialog, and you can go from there. But here you can see we've generated labels for all of our items. So that is using the Avery tool. There's not much else to it. I hope you found this informational. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know.